Hey, what's going on? You already know it's me, Dakota, Modern Man. And one of these topics I wanted to get into was your dating experience. And it matters. Why does it matter? Well, when you come to a man and you tell him that you've never been on a date or you haven't been on a date in years, it kind of comes off as suspect. Like, why has it been so long? This weekend, actually, I had a date myself. It was in Houston. Went to this mixology class. It was the first type of date I had that was a mixology class. And for all those that don't know what a mixology class is, you basically just learn how to make cocktails. Pretty much, you go there. It's usually a small group of people. Everyone has their own alcohols and mixers set up, and they teach you how to not only make the alcohol, but you'll get to learn a little information on what alcohol you're using. And it's really just a good time, good vibes, especially if you're with someone on a date, because you're getting to do something together. You have an activity, so it's not just both of you looking at each other and just trying to make conversation. And then afterwards, you can also continue to drink or eat, because it's usually in like a restaurant. This one was at Tres Art. It was pretty good. The liquor definitely had me feeling good, and the food was good as well. So overall, it was something I definitely do again. But even for this particular woman, she's attractive, fit. She might have been like a size 3 or 4, very, very petite. And I'm just trying to figure out why she hasn't been on any dates. I believe she said that she hasn't been on any dates all year long, definitely all year long, which was a little red flag to me, because it's already May. It's about to be June, and you're telling me that you couldn't have had one man take you out somewhere. Now, I understand that, depending on the area you're living in, guys they may not be shit. They may be broke. You may not be attracting the right people. Now, one of her reasons was she doesn't really get out like that. She's not the type to go to clubs or bars or anything, which is understandable. A lot of females are like that, especially if they have kids, because it's hard to get babysitters and making time. And then some people just end up work kids, or they just have a routine that they do, so they don't really get out as much as maybe they once did. Understandable. But it's important just to get out there and just experience some things, because imagine you're like unemployed, right? And you're going up to a company, and you show them your resume, and you tell them, yeah, I used to have this, and I used to work here or whatever. And they go, okay, it looks like you have some experience. When was the last time you had a job? Now, if you tell them, my last job was maybe a couple months ago or a month ago, and that's why I'm looking for a new job, they're gonna be like, okay, understandable. If you tell some job that you haven't been employed since a year ago, and they ask you why, and you just go, because I haven't, or I haven't been looking, that job's gonna think, what's that job going to think? They're going to think you have no initiative. They're going to think there must be a reason why you couldn't get interviews and couldn't get hired. So now you're coming to us. It's just doesn't that seem like a little red flag to you? On paper you seem qualified, but yet you haven't been hired for like a whole year. That's how guys are seeing it. Like, there's no way you're an attractive woman, but you haven't allowed yourself to go out on a date. And it could have been anything. I'm talking about going to Starbucks and getting a cup of coffee. It could have been just meeting up in the park, taking a walk. Something simple like, it doesn't even have to be simple like that, but I'm just giving the examples because I know everyone doesn't have the same type of money and resources to do all types of things. Like, the date that I had this weekend, it might have cost, I don't know, maybe like $25 per person, which isn't a lot. But I mean, sometimes you can go to a date like a hibachi grill, which is a nice date, but hibachi grills tend to be a little on the expensive side, depending on what you order. And then if you add drinks, one hibachi day I had, maybe a month or two ago, it was probably about $80 to $100. And that's just for the dinner and the drinks, of course. But I mean, for some guys, that's a lot. You know, some guys it's not, but some guys it is a lot. So they're probably not going to want to do things that cost that much until at least the second or third date when they know someone's invested in them. So regardless of what the event is or whatever, you should still be trying to take guys up on their offer, go out with them, see what they're about. They might actually just want something simple just to see where the interest level is at. And then they'll raise the bar a little bit once they see that you actually like them. Because even though guys like myself, we might have the time and the money to go on these dates that cost $100 or more, it still feels like a loss when it's only a one-time thing and then you never see the person again. Not that you left on bad terms, but I mean, it just happens. Sometimes you meet with someone and you get more of a friend type vibe than a relationship type vibe, or that person may enjoy themselves, but they don't have the time for an actual real relationship, or emotionally might not be there. So that's why guys usually are on more the cheaper side when they're trying to get that first date out. But regardless, it just seems a little odd when you have no dating experience in recent history and then trying to say you want a serious relationship when you have you even been trying. That's the part that kind of gets guys, is how are we supposed to take you serious about, oh, you want a relationship, but you haven't even been putting yourself out there. So now supposedly I'm going to be the one to change that. Am I? Am I just supposed to be the magic guy that changed that, even though for the whole past 6 months or a year, you haven't been trying? That guy's going to feel like he's wasting his time, or he's really going to be treading the water and seeing what you're really about. Because you, in your heart, maybe deep down, you might be lonely and do want a relationship one day, but if it doesn't come off as if you're ready and you put in the work to be actively dating and trying to get one, then the guy's just it's not gonna take you seriously. I know I wouldn't. But that's just one thing I wanted to touch on, and hopefully you guys are getting out there some more and getting some dates, because dates are fun. The best way to get to know someone, FaceTiming and texting is only going to get you so far. So, we're going to see how this goes from now on, and get out there and get on some dates, ladies.